Welcome to The View with Drew, and today we're going to do a very different type of video. In today's video, we are going to talk about my viewpoints on Henry Cavill's Superman and Ben Affleck's Batman. And here we go. Henry Cavill as Superman and Ben Affleck as Batman are superhero casting choices I find underrated, but there have been some criticisms people have had. So let's talk about them. When it comes to Henry Cavill as Superman, some people have complained he's not a symbol of hope as he is in the comics. He's way too serious. Well, here's my viewpoint of Henry Cavill's Superman. In Man of Steel, even when he gets the Superman suit, he isn't Superman from the comics yet. Because the story Man of Steel was trying to tell was an alien trying to find his place in the world. Man of Steel is a journey to the Superman that people are more familiar with. The whole movie is a learning experience for him. Man of Steel is about Clark Kent finding himself. This is a more human version of Clark. He knows he's different and knows nothing about his past and feels lost with his place in the world and has been seeking answers. So let's really think about this. If Man of Steel is trying to tell a story like that, would Henry Cavill's Superman have the traits that comic Superman has right away? Oh no, he wouldn't. And I know a lot of people have other complaints with his Superman, saying he causes too much destruction, even though a lot of the destruction caused in Man of Steel was actually caused by Zod, not Superman. Zod is the one to blame here. General Zod and his army are the ones to blame for the destruction of Metropolis. And yes, when Superman and Zod are fighting at the end, yes, there is destruction, but let's think about it. When you have two superpowered beings fighting each other, destruction is going to happen, and I don't care how superhuman Superman is, realistically, he would not be able to save every single life while he's fighting. In fact, one of my subscribers brought up a great point that I agree with. He said, and I quote, "Nothing wrong with a different take. He was built up to be the symbol of hope by Justice League. His sacrifice in BVS inspired Batman to see the error in his ways and be better." Speaking of Batman, let's jump right into Ben Affleck's Batman. Ben Affleck's Batman has had a criticism from people. People have complained, oh, Ben Affleck's Batman kills people, and the movie Batman v Superman is saying it's okay for him to kill. No, the movie is saying it's not okay for Batman to kill. It's literally the point of his character development. Batman v Superman gave us a more experienced and broken Batman whose hope was long gone. He's become reckless, more brutal, and his moral code is out the window. It gave us a Batman who had been doing his job for 20 years and threw his moral code out the window when he realized his way of doing things wasn't getting the job done anymore. He had lost all his faith in humanity, and it took him to almost killing Superman for him to get a clue, realizing he had become no better than the man who gunned down his parents. And in the scene with Alfred where he's talking with him, he says, 20 years in Gotham, Alfred, we've seen what promises are worth. How many good guys are left? How many stayed that way? That scene hints at why he threw his moral code out the window. And I especially love how Zack Snyder's Justice League gives Batman a lot of development and gives him a story arc of him slowly regaining his faith in humanity as he brings the Justice League together to fight Steppenwolf and save the world. Also, here is one more point that I think you guys will agree with. I find it absolutely hypocritical that people bash Ben Affleck's Batman for killing in Batman v Superman, but people love Michael Keaton's Batman. However, Michael Keaton's Batman killed people in the Tim Burton Batman movies. So let me ask this question. Why give Michael Keaton's Batman a pass and give Ben Affleck's Batman a hard time when Ben Affleck's Batman had a hint as to why he threw his moral code out the window, whereas Michael Keaton didn't really have any hints as to why he was killing people?